team! Welcome to our training night. I am Jeanette Dixon, your STAR director from Ohio, and I am coming to you tonight for a quick training about PRV. And I'm gonna talk about this as simply as possible because PRV is important, and we get really caught up on it's important because it's our commission, right? It's our first source of commission, right? When we sign up to sell Scentsy, we know that we are signing up for sales, right? We know that in order to be a successful consultant, we have to sell our product, right? That's our commission, your personal retail volume, PRV. But I think that we don't really look at PRV as important as to the overall business like we should, because it's more than your commission, okay? It's one of the main components of Scentsy, but it's not the main component. But it kind of is number one because it trickles into the other areas. So let's talk about the other areas real quick, okay? Sales, okay, your PRV, sponsoring, customer service, and self-improvement. Those are the four things. And believe it or not, it all kind of comes together with your PRV. Okay, they all work together for overall growth. Okay, and I remember I was in the business for 1 year, and I listened to Orville give his speech on the four chords. It was a keynote at Reunion years ago. Okay, I mean, like, I've been a consultant almost 10 years. I was a newbie. It was like my first year, and I had no clue what I was doing in this business. Okay, no clue. And I listened to him talk, and part of his speech made sense to me, and then there was another part of it that I just didn't understand yet because I was so new. Okay, but I really want to break it down for you. Okay, because I realized in my almost 10 years with this business that these four things: selling, sponsoring, customer service, and self-improvement, they all work together. Okay, you can't be successful with one and not really have the others. Okay, they all come together. And because I want you to learn consistency and growth in this business, that's why I'm having this conversation with you today. Okay, so this is what I want you to visualize. The more sales you get, the more commission you make, right? That's obvious. That's the most obvious part of PRV. And that's what we always think about. But it doesn't stop there. And so many times we let it stop there. Okay, but let me shift your mindset a little bit, okay, to think about this. The more sales you get, the more commission you get, obviously. But more important than that, the more sales you get, the more likely it is that you have been doing parties of some kind. So events, fundraisers, basket parties, home parties, whatever it is. But what it means is, because you have PRV, you've put yourself in a position where you're connecting with new people. Okay? Therefore, more customers. Therefore, it gives you an opportunity to exercise your great customer service skills. And maybe you think you don't have great customer service skills. That's fine. That's an area you can grow in, but you can't grow in that area if you don't have PRV. Okay? So there's two of your chords. It also means if you have PRV, it's giving you a better chance of meeting someone that wants to join under you. Okay, if you're always going to the same people, I mean, sure, eventually they might choose to join, but you're not branching out. So that PRV is important. Okay, and then lastly, all of that eventually, you're going to be recruiting, you're going to be doing parties, you're going to be practicing your customer service skills, and it's going to help you be a better leader. Self-improvement. Okay, it's going to help you with trainings. It's going to help you be a better listener. It's going to help you be better at what you do. You're a Scentsy consultant. Okay, so do you see the chain? Every link matters on your way up the Scentsy ladder. Okay, but it all starts with PRV. Okay, you have to have a PRV goal. No matter what your goal is, you have to have it. Okay, and here's the thing, guys. We've in my 10 years of Scentsy, we've had so many different consultant activity requirements. Okay, it's been 150 every 3 months. It's been 200 every 3 months, 200 every 4 months. It's been 200 every 12 months, or 200 every 4 months if you have a team, and it's different. If you don't know what it currently is, ask your sponsor, your director, or myself. But our activity requirements have always changed. And here's what I want to really, really like just pound into you guys, okay? You have got to stop settling for mediocre when it comes to your PRV. Okay, even if you want to be a hobbyist, even if you say, Jeanette, I don't want what you have. I don't want to make this my full-time job. I don't even really want to make this my side gig. I just want to sell Scentsy as a hobby. That's great. But what I really need you to do is I need you to shift your mindset a little bit to still having PRV every month, okay? Even if you're just active every month. Guys, it's so important, okay? And here's why. And I see it all the time. I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, so like for example, if you say, I don't have to do 200 this month because, you know, I'm not set to term. Horrible attitude. Like, let me just say that. One, it's a horrible attitude. And two, you have people that want to buy and you're really not going to sell to them. They will go to somebody else. I've seen it countless times. Many times I've seen it. Okay. And then what happens is that 4th month comes or that 12th month comes or whatever. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have to get some sales. I don't want to lose consultant status. I don't want to lose my consultant status. I have to get some sales. And then what happens is you start trying to go to your people and they're like, oh, you're still a consultant? I didn't think you were still a consultant. I've been buying off of Cindy down the street because I didn't think you were a consultant anymore. It's happened. Okay. I've seen it a lot. Okay, so what you're actually doing by not, even as a hobbyer, by not having consistent PRV every month, you're hurting yourself. You're making it harder on yourself because then when you go back and you try to get the sales, your network of people is just like, she has horrible customer service skills, right? That's one of the 4 chords. She has horrible customer service. I haven't heard from her in months, so I had to go buy my counter clean from somebody else. I had to go buy my wax bars from somebody else. I needed bars and I had to go buy, or bulbs, and I had to go buy them from somebody else. Ouch. That sucks for you. Okay? Like, I mean, just being honest, like you have got, even if you're a hobbyer, commit to putting in at minimum 200 a month. Here's the other thing I've seen. I haven't worked my business, and then all of a sudden, this is the month, you have to get in your 200, and bam, something tragic happens in your life, okay? Car accident, the death of a loved one, the loss of your full-time job. I mean, it's always something, right? Because it's life. Life happens, you guys. And then, oh my gosh, I have to try to save my business and deal with this, and oh my gosh, I just don't want to do it. If you did 200 every month, you'd never have to worry about it. When life happens, you would never have to worry about it. Okay, so there's that. You know, I've seen people and they've came to me and they've said, I can't get anybody to buy off of me. Well, because you haven't been selling. You haven't sold anything for 6 months. You haven't sold anything for 3 months. For goodness sakes, you haven't sold anything in 2 months. Guys, I mean, I've done this for almost 10 years. I have people that buy off of me every single month. And if I wasn't showing up, they would go to somebody else. And that's what's happening when you are not being consistent with your PRV. Now, am I saying that you have to do 1,000 every month, 2,000 every month or more? No, I'm not. I'm just challenging you to set a PRV goal for yourself. At least be active. It's 200. At least be active every single month. And see what will happen when you do that is those 4 chords start to come together. And it's a beautiful thing because then what happens is you're providing great customer service because you're following up with people. Okay. You're following up with them, and you know there's all kinds of different ways that you can input PRV. Okay, there's home parties, there's pouch parties or basket parties, there's Facebook parties, there's bingo. People are doing texting parties, fundraisers, events, seasonal or monthly mystery bags. There's personal specials that have to be communicated off of social media. There's games. You can have personal shopping links. Those are really fun where you can tell people, don't use the word party, but you just tell people, would you like an exclusive shopping link for you? You can shop from it, your friends can shop from it, and when you have enough rewards, we can close your party and you can get some freebies and half off. People love that stuff. That's stuff that you guys can do every single month, okay? That helps you at least get active. And see what happens over time is you do those things, and you start building a customer base and you're not letting them down, right? You're not letting them down because you are coming to them every month. Like, you have a follow-up system. There you can use Amy, the app, for your follow-up. You can have a binder system. You can have a file system. That's a whole other training. But, just connecting with people, like, hey, do you need bulbs? Hey, do you need wax? And a lot of people do like 222 every 2 day, after 2 days of a purchase, 2 weeks of a purchase, 2 months of a purchase, or 333 after 3 days of purchase, after 3 weeks of purchase, after 3 months, something like that. The Amy app will do all of that for you. You don't even have to figure it out yourself. But what happens is you commit to that. You commit to doing the 200 PRV every single month. No excuse, like, kick it to the curb. Ain't nobody got time for it. Everybody's got excuses. You either fall to them or you rise to them. Okay. I hope that you choose to rise to them because it will help you in the long run. So what happens is you make a commitment to be active every month. You're doing your 200 PRV, and over time, you're just like, oh, I had 300 this month. That was awesome. Oh, I had 500 this month. I had 500 again. I had 500 again. I had 500 again. I had 1,000. I had 1,000. I had 1,200. I had 1,400. I have 2,000. I just got the monthly sales bonus. I had $2,000 month. And what happens is you start with just being active every month. And because of that, it's putting you in front of people. It's those 4 chords. It's putting you in front of people. So you're meeting new people. It's allowing you to better your customer service skills, which is making people come back to you. Okay, it's letting people know this girl is serious about this business. I don't have to go to somebody else because she works every single month. I know she's going to be there for me. I know she's got my back. Okay, or he. We have guys on our team too. Sorry, guys. I should have said the consultant, not she. But you see my point, right? People will come back to you if they know that you're serious about it. Some other stories that I've heard, I have personally had people come to me and say, I need to place an order. My consultant doesn't sell anymore. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Who was your consultant? And they'll tell me the name. And I'm just like, they're a consultant. They're on my team. They're a consultant. That customer doesn't even know that you're active. Do you know you're active? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, you just lost somebody. You could have had a sale, but because you're not showing up regularly, as in every month, really every day, you should be posting something at bare minimum once a week so that people know that you're a consultant. You guys have played the game where you're just like, tell me the first thing that you think of when I say blank, right? So, if I say Best Buy, you think electronics. If I say McDonald's, you think cheeseburger. Ketchup, mustard, donuts, coffee. Scentsy, Jeanette. That's what you want. If somebody says Scentsy, you want them to say your name next, right? And they're not going to if you're not consistent. So I really just want you to think about your PRV a little bit more seriously, because it's not just sales, you guys. Everything in this business starts with your PRV. Okay, if you're having trouble with recruiting, you need to up your PRV. And I'm not saying like a rock star recruiter. I'm saying you're a certified consultant and you've never ever had a recruit. You need to up your recruiting and you need to start asking more people. Okay, because if you have the PRV, you're in front of people. Okay, all the other things are going to just start happening, but you have to have consistent PRV. Okay, so how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Because I've been there, guys. I was an essential consultant. I was a certified consultant. I've been there, guys. How do you do it? Stay in your lane. Do it for you. Find something that you're good at. Try something you're scared of. Guys, when the pandemic started, I said I would never, ever, ever do bingo parties. I was like, I don't like them. I am not interested. I would never, ever, ever do a bingo party. And then the pandemic hit. And if you know me, you know I'm severely immune compromised, guys. I've barely left my house. The only reason I'm in my car is because I had to do a porch drop off. I had to do a wax drop off to somebody, literally on their porch, no contact. And so my business had to change when the pandemic started, and I started doing online bingo parties. Said I'd never do them, scared to death of them. I had so much anxiety planning for them. I didn't want to be on video. I didn't, like, I just literally did. I was like, I don't have time for that. Like, but I did it anyways. I found the time, I found the courage, I put my brave pants on, and I did it anyways. And now it's like one of my favorite things to do, and my customers love it. We have fun. We're silly about it, and it's great. And it's gotten me PRV. It earned me the last incentive trip. Honest to goodness. It's gotten me recruits. It has introduced me to new people. Something that I said I'd never do. Shame on me. Shame on me for not trying it. I'm glad that I did. The pandemic taught me something. It taught me to be brave. Okay? And you can be brave too. Okay, work on your PRV. Stop looking at it as just your commission and start looking at it as this beautiful thing that if you commit to it, I'm telling you, $200 a month, and then you'll see it switch to $500. But if you keep settling for the minimum, if you keep settling for mediocre, once the time comes when you have to get the sale, guys, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard because your network of people, they don't trust you. They can't rely on you. While you weren't selling to them, somebody else was. Somebody else was building trust with them. Somebody else was building customer service with them. And now here you are wanting to save your business so that you don't term, and it's really discouraging. And it's not because you suck. It's because you need to be more consistent. And it doesn't take much, guys. I'm honestly, I'm not telling you to work hours a day. I know that there's life. I know that there's other things. I know that there's kids. I know that there's jobs. I know that there's life. All of the things, okay? But what I'm telling you is 30 minutes a day is 2% of your day. Everybody can find time for that. And if you can just say 30 minutes a day, I'm going to do something for Scentsy. No distractions. I'm going to do follow-up. I'm going to do a bingo party online. I'm going to do a texting party. I am going to learn how to make a flyer so that it's uniquely mine. I'm going to take some styled pictures of my own products and I'm going to share them. I'm going to do a video of me using the counter cleaner. I'm going to do a video of me teaching people how to use cotton balls to clean up their wax. It's just a little bit of intentionality every single day that lets you show up, that lets your customers know that you're serious about it, that lets them book parties with you, that lets them join your team, that lets them come back to you for orders. It keeps them loyal to you and only you. So you never, ever, ever have to worry about being active, because it just magically happens, okay? You never have to worry if you're a leader and you have a team about your 500 every month. It just happens. And then, I'm gonna say it, you get to this point where you never have to worry about monthly sales, 2,000 PRV every month, because it just happens. It's part of life. It just happens. People come back to you, they trust you, that you've built a relationship with them, they know that you're not going anywhere, they know that you're serious about this business, and you are their consultant. You are their consultant. Done deal. And the PRV happens. Therefore, the other four chords just kind of fall into place. The sponsoring happens because you're in front of people more, you're building relationships, people want to join you. Your customer service is on point, right? Because if you're doing consistent PRV, then you're providing customer service. Enough said. and you're improving yourself, right? Like you're taking the time to do trainings to get better for your team. You're taking the time to do trainings to get better for yourself, and everything just falls into place. So I'm challenging you to stop settling for mediocre, okay? To start to have a PRV goal and make it a monthly goal, okay? And if it's just 200 so that you're active, that's great. I want it to be just 200. You don't have to be a heavy hitter to be awesome. You don't have to be a heavy hitter to grow. 200 PRV every single month for a year, and you might be surprised at where you find yourself at this time next year. Okay? Set a goal. If you say, Jeanette, I'm already active every month. I have at least 500 every month. That's great. I want you to set a higher goal. Challenge yourself a little bit. You can do it. And magical things will happen when you do. Okay, so that's your importance of PRV training for tonight. And let me know. Comment. Send me a message. Tell me what your monthly PRV goal is, and I want to cheer you on while you reach it every single month. Bye, guys.